I've got the style and profile.
Is behind yo. Pull a Randy Moss, pull a Randy Moss, pull a Randy Moss. When a cop try to ticket you, pull a Randy Moss, pull a Randy Moss, pull a Randy Moss. When a fan gets an attitude, pull a Randy Moss, pull a Randy Moss, pull a Randy Moss. I make $7 million a year, everybody watch me score. Don't play unless I want, cause I'm number 84.
Who says I won't walk off the field again? Who says I won't? Because the realness hurts. The truth hurts. I keep it real.
From the Green Bay 34, play clock down to 3. Dante gets off the play, takes a snap, rolls out to the right. Moss wide open. He burned out Harris. Touchdown!
And profile like never before. To beat a man, you gotta beat the man. And I'm saying, woo, right here.
Hello and welcome to another Nick and RJ show. How's it going, RJ?
I'm doing pretty good.
How was your little week off of my last video?
It was pretty good. I just pretty much same old. There really wasn't that much of an exciting week. I just, aggravated in sports, and wrestling was okay. Looking forward to WrestleMania and stuff like that. My Lakers aren't doing so well, but this is more about wrestling, so we'll get back to that later.
Yeah, nothing too exciting. What else was new on TNA on Thursday?
Oh, TNA is something that it's the funny thing is I only watch it now at this point is just to entertain myself about how much better WWE really is as a product.
Yeah, it's almost like watching the Jets and Mark Sanchez play football.
Exactly. You watch them just to see how bad they'll fail.
Yeah. Yeah, like the more and more that I read and watch TNA is more and more they're trying to make AJ Styles the WCW Sting. More and more. Now they're giving AJ a jacket.
I'm telling.
Hulk Hogan gave Sting an NWO shirt. Oh, what a coincidence!
I think he'll be coming down from the rafters soon with a bat. They have a bat with him.
Yeah, like are they really? Like, did he grow the beard just for the eighths and eights to make him look rugged?
Well, he's an outlaw. I guess
what?
you're not understanding. He's an outlaw, man.
Oh man, I know. Well, stealing Batman's motorcycle, Joker can't even do that.
No, that's the ultimate outlaw right there.
Yeah.
I know that James Storm's supposed to be an outlaw, but I think AJ's trying to take his spot, dude.
Yeah, you better not let Chuck Palumbo find that out.
Oh man, that's probably Chuck Palumbo's bike. They probably repoed it because he got cut from WWE so many years ago.
Yeah, but on a serious note, just devastating news today. I know you messaged me earlier today about it. About
Ric
Flair.
I thought it was Ric Flair at first. When I saw breaking news and it just said Flair when I got on my phone, I was like, "Oh, please don't be Ric Flair." Well, I mean, I don't want anything to happen to anybody, but just Ric Flair. I've been terrible, but it's still equally as bad. A guy that young passing away.
Yeah, 24, and I was actually looking up, like I was checking out his Twitter, and he was tweeting just fans and letting fans know that he's doing okay and this and that. It's just a shock.
Yeah, but Ric Flair was in the hospital, I think, last week, right? Or earlier this week. He had like a blood clot or something, I believe, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he was scheduled to do a bunch of house shows, and he canceled all those.
Uh-huh.
And I know, like I was reading, like was it PWI? I was reading on Google, and they were saying that like we were talking before, Reed, the WWE was looking at him for like the developmental system. Yeah. I know that because since he was going to go with ROH, but after he got that heroin charge, they washed their hands of him.
Yeah.
So I just hope it's not like an overdose or something along those lines.
Yeah, they haven't released what it was. I mean, it could be anything,
Yeah.
But you got to believe that, it wasn't natural causes at that age. I mean, anything can happen, obviously, in this world, but odds are against it being natural causes is what I'm saying,
Yeah. Yeah, it goes along with that Chris Benoit, like why would the guy take his own life when he was going to win the belt?
There's so much mystery in the Chris Benoit thing. There's conspiracies about that and stuff too.
Yeah, all Kevin Sullivan conspiracies.
There's people that say that he was that someone came in there, killed them, and then made it look like a murder suicide.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean it sounds far fetched, but we really don't know what happened.
Oh, with the world we live in these days, you can't rule anything out.
I mean, I'm not saying that happened, but it's definitely a possibility. You don't know.
Oh,
Especially,
definitely. And,
the thing that really supports that is when they did the Chris Benoit special on Monday, the day before they really knew what happened. Everyone was talking about how great of a guy he was.
yep.
Everyone crying and stuff. When you think about it that way, and I mean, it makes you think that could happen. You know, it makes you think that you never know, someone might have did that. If he's that good of a guy, why would he do that? You know.
Exactly.
But
the
they did do stuff about his brain though. They did like an autopsy or something on his brain, saying it was like badly damaged. So I mean, it does support the idea that he actually did do what they say he did.
Yeah, and the whole thing, it's Kevin Sullivan's ex-wife, and Kevin Sullivan threatened his life numerous times. And I don't know if what all is true. They said they found beer cans next to him, and he had no alcohol in his system, and then he had bruises around his neck.
Yeah, there's just so much death in wrestling, you know.
Yeah.
Lex Luger, I mean, people still think that he killed Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah, I was actually just talking to somebody about that today. We were saying that he didn't necessarily. We don't think he necessarily killed her, but he didn't stop her from taking her own life.
Yeah.
We think he was the one that was feeding her pills.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. There's so many great wrestlers that have died. You know, Eddie Guerrero comes to mind. You know.
Oh yeah.
Just so many wrestlers. I mean, and it's not always drugs, but it's just the wrestling lifestyle is what catches up to them. You know, the pill popping. I mean, it's amazing that the Clique's still alive. You know.
Oh, most definitely. Like I was telling you before, I was listening to Mark Henry on our local radio station here, and he was just talking about the way they travel. Everyone thinks they're riding G6s. He's like, no, we're doing commercial. We're not riding first class.
Oh no, they're all just all there together. But I think that it's good to see someone like DDP, you know, helping people out. Like Jake the Snake Roberts, he's been a train wreck for years.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, anyone that knows anything, it's so sad. I mean, I remember the first time I saw Jake Snake come out drunk, and you couldn't help but laugh because he'd take a move, and instead of selling it, he'd like fall down, and just lay there, and it was hilarious. I mean, it's the same time it's crazy, sad, and depressing, but on the other side, it was just hilarious to see him just sit there and just lay there and he'll take a right hand, just lay there, and the wrestler has no idea what to do. It's crazy entertaining. But, you know, the entertainment factor does not make up for the fact that the poor guy's going through all that, you know?
Oh, yeah, just Scott Hall.
Scott Hall's still trying to, I think he already made the $80,000 for the hip replacement. I think he hit the goal, but he's still doing things to raise extra money, which I don't know what the extra money goes to. But for Scott Hall, there's an option. You can go hang out at the DDP, whatever, what was it called, the Recovery House or whatever. You can go there for $3,500. You and a friend can go hang out with him, Scott Hall, and Jake Snake Roberts for 24 hours and stay at their house.
Hey, could you imagine some of the information we can get on a podcast with those guys?
Oh, that'd be great. I'd rather go pay Kevin Nash $1,000. There's a option you can go. There's a weekend with Nash, and it consists of 3 days. You come in Friday, you leave Sunday night. You stay at Kevin Nash's house. You have daily dinners with Kevin Nash. You can ask him whatever you want, hour-long dinners. And you have, which is my favorite part, by the way, cigar time with Kevin Nash.
Oh, what better time than cigar time?
Exactly. You have three consecutive days of cigar time with Kevin Nash.
Have you checked out GI Joe yet?
I have not got to see it. I can't wait to see it. Someone spoiled for me last year because it was supposed to come out last year, and the whole thing, you know, was held back because people didn't like how a certain character, which I don't want to give anything away, a certain character died too early in the very beginning. I don't know if they fixed that or not, but one of the main stars dies at the very beginning, and people really hated that, so they took a whole year to re-edit and change things about the video. I don't know what all they changed, but I mean, if they took an entire year, extra, it should be a lot better. I'm expecting great things from it.
Well, yeah, if you don't listen to The Rock, you know you'll be getting a people's level or a rock bottom. It's just plain and simple.
I remember the old days when The Rock actually rock bottomed people in his movies. Like every movie, he'd have a wrestling move in it somewhere where he's beating someone up. The
Rundown.
Rundown, he rock bottomed somebody. I'm pretty sure he did something like that in Walking Tall too, which was my favorite Rock movie of all time, by the way.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite movies. It's just great.
Yeah, the guy is just—he's something else. He's a one of a kind.
That's
all you can say.
Yeah, he's by far the best actor out of wrestling. All these other wrestlers try to act, and Stone Cold does a really good job.
Yeah.
But Stone Cold's got a really limited acting, or not moveset, but acting, skill set. So he can do really good action movies, but I don't think he could, he's not versatile like The Rock is when it comes to acting. But Stone Cold's movies are really great, but it's just sad that they all go straight to DVD. I'd love to see some of those films in the theaters.
Oh yeah, like was it the Condemned with Austin?
That one and the Expendables, the first one was in there, obviously not because of Austin, but it was in theaters.
Yeah.
And he's doing Funny People too.
Oh really?
Yeah, he's in there. He's not a huge part of it, but I think he's like 9 or 10 down on the billing. So it should be interesting what he does on the Funny People too, with Adam Sandler and David Spade and all those guys. But there's just certain actors. The Miz obviously don't have a future in acting. Wade Barrett. If anyone thinks that Wade Barrett's got a future in acting, they're kidding themselves. When the man don't even have did he even have a line in that movie? I think he's just Hunchman 3, Wade Barrett, Hunchman 3.
Yeah. It's like a guy gargling and trying to eat quarters at the same time, listening to him talk.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I mean, I'll give the Miz one thing. The Marine 3 was much better than the worst movie based on WWE films I've ever seen in my life. Besides obviously Randy Orton's movie, which is not his fault because he was only in 2 minutes of it. I think he had one line. It was, "I'm not gonna let this stand." Okay, cut. Randy Orton, thank you. That's a wrap for Orton, guys. Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear it for Orton, guys. It's a wrap. That's a wrap, everybody. That's a wrap for Randy Orton. I mean, that's kind of how that movie was. Oh God, I don't like to use wrestling terms, but that movie was such a Janetti. It really was. But the absolute worst movie I've ever seen, WWE films, that the star was in it the whole time, was Ken Anderson's Behind Enemy Lines Columbia.
Oh man, see for me, it's between I could not do the Chaperone.
The Chaperone.
It's just Triple H. I'm the Chaperone.
But, see, I like that. It's hilarious. I found it to be great. I'm on the bus. I'm the Chaperone. It was like a giant commercial for iPhones too. Everyone had an iPhone. Every single person in that movie had an iPhone. Okay, hold on. I can't find her. Let me get my iPhone. It was great. I love that movie because it was so.
Movie with Jamie Kennedy, I laughed a lot in that movie.
Well, see, Edge's movie was okay. Another horrible movie was. It was so bad that WWE lost crazy millions of dollars. Was Knucklehead.
Oh, that was my second one.
That was so bad. I think that movie would have been great if they actually put wrestlers in every single. Like all the actors were wrestlers. How great would that be?
Oh,
but no, they have one wrestler in it, and he does the stupidest crap. It was just horrible. Big Show was a GI Joke in that movie.
Yeah,
he really was.
Just as bad as when Vince wanted to do all that crazy stuff and see no evil in Kane.
Oh yeah, it's just ridiculous some of the movies they make.
Like, thank goodness Vince McMahon is not a director.
Yeah, I mean Triple H did a second movie too. What was he? He was a guy that loved pickles or something, right? And Inside Out or whatever it was called. Man, he loved pickles. He's like, I'm the pickle grower or whatever. He like grows pickles, and his job was he wanted to have a pickle farm, and it was just.
It's just.
Have you ever seen Kurt Angle's movies?
Oh, I downloaded one of them.
Have you seen the one? Have you seen the one where he starts out in the movie? He's with some girl and he's like,
"Yes, that's the one.
I'm gonna take a few. Let me take a few. You mind if I take a few pictures?" I started cracking up. He's the most to catch a actor I've ever seen in my life.
I couldn't even.
And it's so clear. It's so clear that the acting's just horrible all around. It's not just him. Everyone's acting in that movie was bad.
Yeah, I tried to watch the first 25 minutes of it, then I just was like, I can't do this.
He did a good job in what was that movie? Fighting? Not Fighting. What was it? Do you remember that movie? He pretended to be he was a Russian. He was acting as a Russian MMA fighter. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but it came out I think 2011, 2010. It was a good movie. He actually did a really good job in that, but he played a Russian MMA fighter that was undefeated, and it was actually a really good job he did. He actually sounded Russian too. He did a good job.
Yeah, I feel like that they've made like 15 movies like that already with UFC guys.
Oh yeah.
And because I feel like that I just saw one with
there was nothing spectacular in it, but I'm just saying overall in the little parts that he had, he did a good job in it.
Okay. Yeah.
But what about the MacGruber? That's one we forgot. Mark Henry, Jericho, and all, they all just get killed in the first 2 minutes of the movie.
I think that movie was hilarious.
My favorite part was the fact that they have 5 wrestlers. Who was it? Mark Henry, Kane, Jericho. There's a few other guys too, and they're all in a van, and then McGruber gets out to go talk to somebody, and the Rocket just kills them all.
I think the real question is over under 50 career matches against each other for Wade Barrett and Randy Orton.
Oh, that's my favorite kind of matches. Are some Wade Barrett and Orton matches combined.
Yep. You know what they could follow up with?
What's
More
that?
Dolph Ziggler, Kofi Johnson matches.
Oh, some Kofi Jobson and Dolph Ziggler matches. That'd be great. Sign me up for some of that. I mean, if they want me to take my time in the bathroom, then they can do stuff like that. That'd be real great.
Yep. Make sure you say your prayers and eat your vitamins, brother.
Oh, nothing I like more than to go to a 4-hour SmackDown taping than to sit there and have consecutive matches like that. That'd be great.
Oh man, yeah. So I am like I was talking about before about Paul. I don't know if it's a rumor about CM Punk taking time off after Mania.
Yeah, I hope it's a rumor.
Said that this past 2 years, he said it's taken a toll, and a lot of people said that he's got a lot of more injuries than he's leading on to have.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Yeah, so that like how we were talking on the last one about WrestleMania, I could see Undertaker beating him because if CM Punk beats him, you know he's going to want to rub it into everyone's face that he ended the streak, this and that.
Well, see, that's the thing. If the rumors are true and it is, if CM Punk is taking time off, there's no way that someone's ending the streak and not going to be there for the next 3 or 4, 5, 6 months. I mean, you realize how big of a hype train, how big of a storyline that would be that he ended the streak. That's something that you would want to be around for a while. If you're taking time off after Mania, you're not ending the Undertaker streak.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly my point. And then they said that for that to happen, they're trying to get The Rock and Brock Lesnar more shows to try to make up for the absence of CM Punk.
Yeah. I know Brock Lesnar's supposed to wrestle, three times a year right now? I don't know if we'll see Lesnar that much. I'd love to see Lesnar. I'd love to see Lesnar like every pay-per-view, but I don't think we're going to see it. Rock, I know he's by far the most busy man in the company. That guy does like 7 to 8 hours of just putting over his movies at talk shows, and he'll take a flight and get 0 sleep, and 17 hours later he'll be over at Raw and stuff. People don't give the guy credit, and it's not. I think he would wrestle on Monday Night Raw, by the way, because there's people saying, "Oh, he's the champion and he don't even wrestle on Raw." Yeah, well, let me know when the last time the champion was the top 5 actors in the world right now.
Exactly.
And obviously Vince don't want to give away that. It's not about The Rock wants to wrestle on Raw or not. Vince is not going to give away Brock Lesnar or The Rock on free television, or Undertaker probably, or even Triple H at this point.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing. People would have such a different view if Stone Cold came in for a month, won the belts, and was gone.
No. This is what the people would say. Oh, his neck's hurt. He can't wrestle that much.
Yeah.
His body's not in that great a shape. He's an older guy. He can't wrestle. He can't wrestle every week. That's why he's not doing it.
Yeah, it's just it's a double standard.
Yeah.
It's just that's all it is.
No one says a thing about Undertaker.
No, exactly. He'll come back a month and a half before.
He'll come back, bury somebody at WrestleMania, and then he just won't see him again until next year.
But that's okay because.
Oh, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. I'm not one of those people that are going to complain about that,
Exactly.
But I'm just making a point for the people that do complain. So I think as long as Taker's there I'd rather see Taker once a year than not see Taker at all.
Exactly. They've paid their dues. It's the same thing as veteran players like Brett Favre, for example, not going to the OTAs. He's been there. He's done that. He's paid his debt. It's for all these young guys.
Yeah, I don't get it. If Shawn Michaels came back for one match a year, no one would say a thing.
Yeah, that's because he's a showstopper.
The headliner, the main event. That's the way, Mr. WrestleMania, the icon, Mr. Hall of Fame, Mr. Outdoor Hunting Adventures. Oh man,
hey, you're not trying to plug or anything, are you?
No, it's a great television show though, great television. But I'm not trying to plug, but yeah, that they did win a lot of awards on that show though, which is more than I could say for Redneck Island, but still.
Yeah.
Redneck Island. Give me a break. I like Stone Cold, but come on, seriously. Oh man.
Yeah.
But
we were also I was talking to another guy today just about just the greatest biggest rivalries, even before like our generation, because he used to watch Saturday morning wrestling.
Uh-huh.
Some of the stuff he's talking about, I just nod my head and just open my ears.
Yeah, honestly, the stuff before the early '90s, I know about from collections and watching it, but a lot of these old wrestlers, I can't get into old wrestling. I really can't, and the time's running out in this video, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop it. But if you want, we'll make another one real quick, and anyone that's listening to this can tune in, and we'll talk about old wrestling.
Thanks, guys.